war, we're going to not only suspend, but we're going to do away with it. We're going to repeal this notion that prohibition helps. We're going to get rid of the war on drugs. Floating around a long time before 9/11, that was an opportunity. But it was also floated around this idea of invading Iraq, and that's the reason it happened, even though they were pretending it had something to do with 9/11. And just remember at the first meeting that Bush held in 2001, a long time before 9/11, that was high on the agenda. It was a discussion of when were they going to go into Iraq. So it isn't so much that 9/11 caused these, it gave them their excuse to do the many things that had been planned. And this is what the people have to understand. If we scare the people and preach night and day, and the media confirms it, and the government keeps preaching this, that we have to go over there in order to make ourselves safe and argue the case. To me, it's absurd. I don't know how people can believe this. That the only reason they came here is because you're free and you have a little bit of wealth, and that's the reason that they brought. I mean, this is preposterous, and fewer people are believing that now, but the large majority did at the beginning. But the attitude is changing, because if we don't change that attitude, it'll be very difficult to change our foreign policy. It seems like our attacks on our personal liberties are endless, whether it's the Patriot Act or the excuses they use for the war on drugs. The war on drugs, the modern day war on drugs, of course, started in the early 70s, about 40 years, when they accelerated what they had been doing gradually before that. But during this past 40 years of the war on drugs, spent over $1 trillion. You know, and what has been produced? Well, there's a border war going on with Mexico right now. That's one thing they've created, and it's endless. And I've always been more optimistic, and I hope I can remain optimistic about the war on drugs. I always assumed that one day the American people would wake up, just like they did with the prohibition of alcohol. Sure, it was well intended. We shouldn't drink alcohol. You know, you can get a little tipsy if you drink alcohol. But we're going to make you behave better and take care of yourselves much better. So we're going to have